Well, can you tell me if you know that any Australians who are serving in the IDF, because we do have information that I think there were documents released stating 621 Australians were serving in the IDF. Has your government made any investigations into whether Australian citizens currently serving in the Israeli military were involved in the abuse, assault, or mistreatment of Australian humanitarians who were on the Global Smooth Flotilla, were illegally detained and kidnapped and assaulted? Have you made any investigations into that?
Senator Fiona Webster, I'm the Acting Deputy Secretary of International Security, Legal and Consular Group. So all I can say is the government's position in terms of Australian citizens with the Israeli Defence Force is that the government encourages all Australians who seek to serve with the armed forces of a foreign country to carefully consider their legal obligations and ensure that their conduct does not constitute a criminal offence. That is a matter for the Attorney General's Department in terms of the legality of Australians serving with the IDF.
Minister, the 11 Australians who were trying to deliver food and aid and medicine to starving people in Gaza, as you know, were treated horrifically. And we know from UN reports that Israel has a pattern of sexually abusing and assaulting Palestinians as well. And of course, there's the genocide that has been going on for almost 3 years. Could I ask you, after all of this, why is your government still calling Israel a friend and an ally?
Well, actually, I don't use the word ally. It's you use that.
You don't use that?
Yeah, no, I don't use that word because...
So the government does not consider Israel an ally?
Why are you shouting at me?
I'm not shouting at you at all.
Why are you raising your voice at me?
Why can't you answer the question, Minister, rather than just accusing me of things that I'm not doing?
Right, just let the Minister respond.
Is Israel a friend and an ally of Australia?
Senator, can I... the point I'm making, Senator, is that is something you say when you try to, unfortunately, foment more anger on this issue and more division in Australian society. That is not a phrase I use because we don't have an alliance. We have alliance partners.
Well, sorry,
Senator,
but your government has called Israel a friend and an ally. Because excuse me, I'm here asking you questions.
Yeah, and I'm entitled to answer.
All right, Senators.
And we have answered.
You don't want the answer, do you?
I think you did answer, and I'm questioning that answer.
You just want to get angry at me.
Oh my God!
Let the Minister just finish
I think the Minister, you just need to change your attitude a little bit. Honestly,
Senator,
it doesn't fool anyone.
Okay, Senators.
Well, Senator, your approach on these issues is not to listen to the answer because you just want to foment anger.
Okay.
And that is what you do.
That is a horrific accusation which you just make out of thin air.
Order, Senators, please.
You asked me about the relationship with Israel.
Yes.
There is no doubt that this has been one of the most challenging times in the history of our relationship. No doubt. Australia is strongly opposed to many of the actions of the Netanyahu government, and we have been clear about that opposition. And you might recall, Senator, Mr Netanyahu and some of his colleagues have had plenty to say about our government and about Australia. In addition to the many concerns we've raised about Gaza and about the West Bank, we've seen a lack of progress into investigations, including the deaths of Zomi Francom and the World Central Kitchen colleagues, the refusal to allow Australian diplomats from doing their work in Palestine, the damage to veterans' war graves and the alleged mistreatment of Australian citizens, the very serious allegations which have been discussed today. Now, this is a pattern of behaviour which makes it difficult unless there's the pattern of behaviour changes, it is very difficult to see the relationship changing.
Authorised by J. McCall, Australian Greens, Canberra.